Good morning, everybody, and happy prep day to those celebrating it. Matt's prep starts today. He has a colonoscopy tomorrow in the afternoon. Isn't that exciting? The only thing he says he's scared about is going into twilight. He's scared of the anesthesia because he's not been under anesthesia since he had his tonsils out many years ago. So that is the only thing that's really bothering him. That and following doctor's instructions. I will never understand why, if you're given a list of things to do, you start nitpicking at certain parts of that list. I mean, why can't I have fiber, like blah, 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 you know? And then the doctor that he saw Monday, she was no help because she's like, yeah, I don't know why they'd have half of that stuff in the, I mean, why is this? They're just doing it just in case you get constipated. And it sounds like I thought to myself, that sounds like a good enough reason to do what they say so that you don't end up constipated, whether you've been constipated before or not. You know, your brain does weird little tricks on you. Sometimes, you know, in preparation for something like this, suddenly you're bound up, and it's just because you decided you were going to have that last fiber supplement, you know? It is a struggle. Oop, 36, that's good. Smorey time. I wish I was able to make I wasn't able to make coffee on the campsite. I needed to bring some kind of a kettle. I don't know, it wasn't that much of a controlled environment. So I brought canned coffee. I found this Vietnamese coffee. Now, normal Vietnamese coffee has coffee in it and chicory, which kind of gives it a different kind of flavor, because they substitute a lot of coffee. Half of it's like a chicory. So you get an amount of coffee and an amount of chicory, and it's all blend, and that's all powdered and blended together, and then it's strained through just like a pour over, and then they add sweetened condensed milk, and then it's a delicious drink. It's a different. It's got a different punch to it. I can't describe exactly what chicory tastes like. I hate licorice, but it almost adds like a licorice kind of quality to the coffee, I think. But it's tasty. It's a good drink. Well, I found these canned coffees that said that they were Vietnamese coffees. One was a cafe au lait, and the other one was just with Saigon cinnamon. Neither of them tasted like Vietnamese coffees, but they both tasted fine. The cafe au lait one was creamy, but it didn't have any chicory in it at all. It was just espresso and sweetened condensed milk. And then the one with the Saigon cinnamon was okay. The cinnamon was great, but the coffee itself, because it was just straight coffee with a little sweetener in it, it wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the greatest in the world. Oh, hang on. I have one left. So this is the Sang Vietnamese coffee. It's traditional. It has 220 milligrams of caffeine in it. Water, coffee extract, sweetened condensed milk, natural flavor, sodium phosphate, monk fruit. Oh, that's what it is. That's why it doesn't taste good. Monk fruit. To me, monk fruit tastes bad. I've bought sugar or sweet drinks with monk fruit added as the sweetener, and I don't like the flavor. I hate the flavor of the monk fruit sweetener, and that would be the reason. Why do you put sweetened condensed milk in there and monk fruit extract? That seems a little overboard. But the other one, okay, so this is the traditional. This is just the Vietnamese coffee. And there's no chicory in this at all. It's just coffee extract. The other one was a white can, and it had the Saigon cinnamon, and it was more of an cafe au lait kind of coffee. So the white one's not bad with the Saigon cinnamon. This, not so much, because the cinnamon's not there to cover up that horrible monk fruit stank. I don't like monk fruit. You know, and monk fruit and those drinks that were sweetened by that lion's mane mushroom thing, that's horrible. Those lion mushroom tastes, to me, taste terrible. Anyway, so Matt's having his colonoscopy tomorrow. His prep for it starts today when he gets home. He's doing a half day at work, and then he's coming here back home and half day working the rest of the day here while he's drinking his prep. It's Miralax, a whole bottle of Miralax, split up into 2 Gatorade bottles. They don't do 32 ounces anymore. They do 28 ounces. So it's going to be in 228, the whole bottle of Miralax. And then 3 or 4 Dulcolax tablets. So it's going to be a shit circus for, for the foreseeable future. When I had my colonoscopy last year, oh no, it was the year before last. It's been 2 years now. So 2 years ago, I had my, guess what? Other than chicken butt. They're out there mowing, and now they're weed whacking. When I had my procedure 2 years ago, this is just me, and I know that this is just me saying, because everybody's been like, oh, it's awful. Oh, it's the worst thing ever. Buy stuff to drink that you'll never want to drink again because you'll never want to drink it again when it's over with. I didn't have any problems. The Dulcolax, I took that. I drank it with the 2 Gatorade bottles. It was fine. It went down quickly. It went down smoothly. And then the Dulcolax was tablets, so it really didn't matter. He's using the ones that I had from a couple years ago. So, and then, start please. And then, it's just, the pooping's not fun. There's a lot of poop. There just is, because that they're cleaning you out. They want you cleaned out. They want you as a whistle, so they can look up in there and make sure that you are cancer free at this point. And they can't do that if you've had fiber, because fiber could bind you up, and to be honest, it could probably stop the camera midway up. They want everything to be clear and clean, and they don't want to mistake a popcorn kernel for a polyp, So they just want it to go nice and smooth. And like I said, the only thing he's really worried about is going into twilight. I don't know why. Everybody's got their little phobias, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just it's just weird to me that's the hang up. The hang up is he doesn't want to go in. He hasn't been in twilight since he had his wisdom teeth taken out, so. But it's fine, and I've been, trying to reassure him every step of the way that I had no problems. Everything went really well. I was down on the table. There were no complications. Nothing was bound up. Nothing was an issue. And it was done and over with in the correct amount of time. It wasn't faster, and it wasn't slower. And I remember the majority of it, because twilight's just that state where, you're in between consciousness and unconsciousness. I actually was in twilight when they extracted some teeth, some of my back teeth, many years ago. That's the first time I had ever been in twilight, because the last time I had a dental procedure where I had to be put out, I was put out. They put me to sleep, because I think that was getting my wisdom teeth taken out back in the day. A long, long time ago. But this is, this is a little different than it's the other end, basically, than getting your teeth taken care of. So, and the only thing that bothered me was that they put an IV in my arm, and then they're like, okay, now flip onto your side, and I'm like, it's scary to me. That was the scary part, because it's like, I don't want because it's like, there are so many scenarios that go through your head that could happen to the IV while you're trying to maneuver yourself around. So it was very scary. That was the scariest part for me, was moving around with that stupid IV in my arm, or in my back of my hand. But otherwise, for me personally, it was probably as textbook can go. And everything went great. And I'm hoping that that's enough to make him feel comfortable about the whole thing, because I know it's going to be an ordeal for him. And I just wanted him to be okay, So I want everybody that has a colonoscopy to be okay. And I know that there are a lot of people out there that can't handle. My friend Ben, he couldn't do the Dulcolax or the Miralax and Gatorade. So, and I can't quite remember what they had him do, because he couldn't finish it. He kept throwing it up. So they had him do a secondary type of prep that worked for him like a charm. And they had to move it like 2 days. So that was very lucky that he could, you know, still complete that and not be pushed back too far. Yeah, I mean, it's an ordeal for everyone, I guess. And, you know, everybody's experience is going to be different, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you try to relate best to the procedure as much as you can, since you've gone through it. But you know it's going to be different. He has a texture problem, so the Dulcolax, he may have to, or the Miralax, I get them mixed up. The Dulcolax, I think, is the pill, and the Miralax is the powder. And I think either that or it's the other way around. Otherwise, I mean, either way, he's got to take both of them. So, except one goes in Gatorade and the other one's a pill. So it's just, you know, and it's been a struggle, because he's like, why can't I eat this? Why does it say I can't eat this? It just seems so silly. Why don't I just eat this? And I'm like, you do whatever you want. But, you know, they can refuse you for any reason and have you come back later if they want to. I mean, that's their prerogative. So you play with it any way you want. You play the game, however, the game of I almost said the Game of Thrones. Play that game however you wish to play it. But you know, if they send you back, you know, and because they don't think that you've done the prep properly, I mean, they'll do that. They've done that. They've done it to elderly people that can't walk, you know, so they'll do it to you in a heartbeat. So, but yeah, so that's upcoming tomorrow. So I won't be having a coffee tomorrow. We'll be going through the prep still, and it's going to be interesting to see how he may not sleep very well tonight. I mean, he'll probably be up going to the bathroom all night too, depending on how long it takes for both the pill and the drink powder to do anything. So we will see and monitor, and hopefully it'll all be okay. Oh, Smorey Time. Smorey Time's so good. I just bit the side of my tongue. No bleeding though, just hurt. My feet are still itchy. I don't really, if I look directly at them, they start itching again. I finally gotten to a point where they've stopped, but yeah, the feet thing is just bothering me. And then my knee has started to feel funny. I put ice on it the night before last, and I had ice on it most of the day yesterday. It seems to feel better, but it was definitely warm on the inside, as if something was inflamed. So my knee is giving me problems. Hooray, that's exciting. More old stuff happening. I just can't camp. I can't go camping. It's just... I definitely want to go back there next year. He's got another camping trip coming up, but it's a long distance trip, and we're only staying there for one night, and it's like... I don't think so. Probably not this time. Next year, though, when he goes back to this campground that we just went to, I definitely want to go to that campground again. That was fun. It was a beautiful place. And then there was the primitive campground that he went to the time before that actually didn't sound that bad. Privies were holes in the ground, and I don't think there were any showers at all to speak of. I mean, I think there was a pipe for potable water, and that was about it. So that might be an extreme time. That might not be too bad to do. And he did it when it was still not blazing hot out, so at that point, so maybe that's a good thing to do. I mean, if we did the put-in bay thing, I think that would have been like perfect. If we had that put-in bay camp, I think that would have been amazingly perfect. Because the weather was really, I mean, the weather was kind of cold, but it was only cold, you know, for when the clouds were blocking the sun, basically. And the clouds weren't blocking the sun that much. And then in the evening, it wasn't that bad. It was just going to thunderstorm that night, and nobody wanted to be in a thunderstorm in a tent. Which makes sense. However, that kind of appeals to me, to be in a tent while rain is happening. I don't know why. It just, because I mean, the tent that I have has like a rain cover that goes over the windows. So, technically you wouldn't get any water in the tent itself. So I don't know. It just, for some reason, that just appeals to me, to be in a tent outside while it's raining. It just seems kind of cool. I don't know. I'm weird. There's a lot of weird things about me. Thank you for watching today. I'm sorry we won't have anything tomorrow, but like I said, we're going hunting polyps tomorrow afternoon, so I want to be ready to help him in any way that we can. I want to make sure that he's okay. The whole nervousness about the going under, getting in the twilight makes sense, but to me that was the least of my worries. My only worry again was the IV thing. Otherwise, I was just gung ho and let's just get this done and over with. And I think the trick to the whole Miralax thing is pouring the powder in, shaking it up, and then downing it in one. And I know a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't handle that much going into their stomach, but I think that's the reason why they tell you to stop eating at a certain point, so you can drink both of those Miralaxes and not feel outrageously full like you're gonna throw it back up. But I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna get through it, and he's gonna get his colon looked at, which all grown adults should do. I know they moved it, I think it was 50 years old, and they moved it back to 45. So I think if you are able to, I think you should definitely go have that done, because it's not, to me, and I'm not the spokesperson, and I'm certainly maybe the exception and not the rule, but it was not as bad as people are constantly telling you it is. It's not as bad. Trust me, I went through it. I got through it just fine. And, you're pooping a lot, but you're pooping a lot, Sit on the toilet and do a crossword puzzle, Thank you for watching. Go get yourself checked out. Make sure you go see your doctor regularly. If you can. If you can't, look up a program to see if they can get you some help, because we all should have health care. Everyone should have health care. I don't care where you're from, why you're here. Everyone should have health care. Everyone should be taken care of. No one should suffer because they can't see a doctor. So go, if you have that privilege, use it. Don't hem and haw about it. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. We will talk to you next week. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye.